I believe the average length of time that someone is behind bars before they are exonerated is roughly around 32 years. So to be in jail for 32 years for something you did not do is just it's blasphemy. It's just it's insane. But as you said earlier, we were listening to you. I mean, Riley was more worried about straightening his legs out for the trial than he was about, sending a 15, at that time, 17-year-old kid up the river for life. So,
I couldn't
yeah.
help myself. I was just, the evidence is crooked, but at least my legs are not.
We love that one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a good sense.
Imagine being so committed to evil that you say, hold on, let me get straightened out first. Most people have a drink or, this guy went and got his legs straightened out. Like, I mean, it says a lot
Yeah.
about him.
I remember the when they were doing the jury selection and he walked in, I said, he's about 2 inches taller. I was like, what the hell's going on? And then when he walked by me, I said, that son of a gun, he got his legs done. I couldn't believe it. So,
I can see the judge say, sit down, you're walking like a doe.
yeah, no kidding. But yeah, so, this is just, I know there was a few things mentioned about the neighborhood and, how Riley, he's the one that started this stuff about how everybody's split up for one camp for the O'Briens, another one's for the Dunn. It wasn't like that at all. You know what I mean? We, if not had a lot of support up there, we gained support up there. So, Riley's always trying to, uh, hit any angle he might be able to hit to make us look bad. And that was one of them, So, but, people like Gina and, other people up there that have been up there for longer than we were. My father bought the house in 1959, I believe it was. So we were there for a long time, and we just moved recently, and we stayed there to make a point. We're not ashamed of our son. We're proud of our son. We know he didn't do it. I mean, it's just ridiculous. As you've gone over all this evidence, I mean, how much more clearer do you need to be to show his innocence? It's just, but almost 31 years of this stuff, and it's one more time. Here we go.
And
Right. And, Eddie is going for his Route 30. And basically, a Route 30 is, a chance for the state to say, my bad, we screwed up on this one. And I think with the new evidence and new DNA stuff, the juvenile transfer here, and I talked about it all, and I think that this has to be Eddie's great shot for people to know what the truth really is. And it just takes the time to do a little research if you want to know the untruth.
right. I mean, and and up at the neighborhood, it wasn't us against them. Okay. We were all friends up there. It wasn't okay, we're friends with you, you're not friends. We were all friends up there. And what Riley did was to try to divide the neighborhood by saying that Gina Mahoney was lying, that Virginia Reckley was lying, that John Roberts were lying, and they were on Team Eddie. No, that's not true. What we said to everyone is just tell the truth. Just tell the truth. Because I had a conversation with John Roberts when he wrote his statement to the police because they never interviewed him. And he said, Trisha, I don't really remember what time it is. I goes, then John, just put down what time you think it was. I'm not here to tell you or try to push you in any way. You know, you're a Christian and you tell the truth. So just tell the truth, what you remember, what you don't remember. I mean, we didn't want anybody to lie. We didn't, I mean, even with Eddie, okay, Jimmy Mills, who was the first private investigator, he found someone that came forward to say who were two people that had jumped Eddie, and he got pictures of the people and he brought them to Eddie and said, Eddie, do you think these two people are it? And Ed goes, I can't say 100% sure. Now, if he was guilty, I would have, if he was guilty, he would have said, yeah, those are the ones that jumped me. But he didn't want to put somebody, right. He didn't want to put somebody else in the same position he was in. Do you know what I mean? He was telling the truth. I don't think those were the people, but they don't care what the truth is. That's the whole thing. And we didn't realize that till a little while into it, that they don't care.
When you speak about friends of the neighborhood, the O'Brien family were friends with Janet for a long time. You weren't just associates, neighbors who just lived across the street, right?
No, we were friends, very good friends. We loved Janet.
Yeah.
And when this happened, now the O'Briens are telling the truth, and every timeline, every detail, every moment, and then comes Tom Riley. So you guys were standing on truth, and he was standing on a story. Did I lose you? I will give them a chance to get back. But yeah, like cookies, birthdays, kids running in and out of the house, real community. I'm sure that's what it was like over there at one point. Let's see if we can get Big Ed back on. All right, give me a minute. We'll play a quick song and see if we can fix it.
Of the day, locked on to Eddie, they whispered his name, caught in a tempest.
Okay, I think we have him back. You back? There we go. You back now? And we'll give them a minute. I see him here. I see him here. We just cannot hear him. Ed, Trish. Yep, they're trying to fix their microphone right now. Maybe they could sign out and sign back in. I'll send them a message. My phone, here it is. I will see if they can sign out and sign back in, but we're here talking to the O'Briens, and we went over how they were friends with Janet, and how the neighborhood.
Hello, can you hear
Yeah,
me,
there
Michael?
you are. Now we can hear